Welcome to Total Football with SportsAdda. Today we are not going to be covering the Euros 2020, but we are here for a special match. It's the finals of the Copa America, and you just have to talk about this. I have with me Dhruv, who is an English fan. I don't know what he's doing on this panel right now, but I'm sure that he has a lot to talk about for this game. Welcome, Dhruv.
Thanks, hi Yash. Thanks for having me once again.
Fantastic. Dhruv, what do you think? This match is one of the oldest rivalries there is in South American football, and two of the best teams going head to head, best players, star-studded lineups. What are your thoughts on this game?
I think it's a game every fan in the world is looking forward to. It's the final, and what better teams than Brazil and Argentina to be part of the Copa America final. They
Absolutely.
go back a long way. The history is extremely rich. Like you mentioned, all the star-studded players, world-class players. You have Messi, who's going to be part of this game. There's going to be Neymar, who's going to be part of this game. So I think every fan in the world is going to look forward to this game, and I think I'm also looking forward.
Absolutely. And Dhruv, you speak of this game. Messi hasn't won any international trophy in his illustrious career, where he has had a lot of personal achievements, the Ballon d'Ors or the Golden Boots, but no international trophy as a team for Argentina as long as he's represented it. And you speak of Neymar as well, no such trophy for him as well. He's won the Olympic gold, but that is not what we know is an international trophy. This is the D-Day for them. Today they'll be going head to head. What are your thoughts? Which team do you think has a better balance? You yourself watch a lot of football, and just from a footballing viewer perspective, who do you think has a better balance out of these two teams?
I think Brazil may just have a little competitive edge in terms of the overall team structure. Well, we know Argentina's attack is solid. There's Martinez, there's Messi, who's part of the Argentinian team. But I think the key players who we often miss out are the defenders, where I think Martinez and Thiago Silva are going to play a crucial role in tonight's game. And we know, if I'm not wrong, they've only conceded 2 goals.
Yes.
Kept so many clean sheets in the tournament. So I think that's something no one should miss out, and that's the key focus, which is going to probably help Brazil triumph over Argentina today.
It's a brilliant point you made there, because if you look at this graphic right here, 12 goals scored by Brazil. That's most goals scored in this year's Copa America, and the least goals conceded. So they are definitely on a roll, and in the last 2 knockout games that they've played, they've kept clean sheets. So how important are Marquinhos and Thiago Silva? We know that they've played together for PSG at once, and now they're playing respectively for PSG and Chelsea. So you think that their experience is just too much for Messi and co to handle?
I think that helps. Like you correctly mentioned, that they've played at PSG together. So that camaraderie, that relationship is there. The connection, it's easy to communicate on the pitch because you're playing club football also together, right? So, you're right. Silva and Marquinhos have the relationship, and that is definitely going to help. What we've missed out probably, again in this case, the unsung heroes we would refer to is probably Casemiro and Fred for Brazil, who've also done a decent job of, not just doing the defensive duties, but also supplying the balls to the likes of Richarlison and Neymar. So I think that is going to be crucial. But in such a game, I think it's the one who performs on the day. Because Messi is Messi, right? He's the best player in the world who shares that stage with Cristiano Ronaldo. So if he's up to it today, if he's up to the challenge, if he's in the right frame of mind, then the relationship between Marquinhos and Silva won't matter. He can probably also outlast them.
The kind of goals that Messi scores, the one that he scored against Bayern Munich team, the one where he chipped Neuer. So he's that kind of a player. You expect him to perform at there is a certain standard that is set for himself. And now playing in the Copa America finals, he's lost 3 or 4 finals. He's lost 4 finals if I'm not wrong. Once with Germany and thrice in the Copa America. It's big losses for him, and this probably might be one of the last phases of his career where he's turning 34, 35, and it's a later half of his stage. So he might be wanting this silverware to his name, whereas he might be thinking, Neymar, you still have a few years to get all this stuff, so let me have it tonight. But speaking of unsung heroes, like you just mentioned, Lautaro Martinez, okay, this guy from Inter Milan, he plays club football at Inter, and playing for Argentina, he's referred to as one of the next biggest prospects of Argentina football. How impactful has he been in this year's Copa America with 3 goals already? And furthermore, he could be getting another goal tonight.
I mean, you've spoken well because, at Inter, he shares a great relationship with Lukaku also.
Yeah.
So he's had that. And then coming into the Argentinian team, he has the likes of Messi to, guide him and supply the ball. He is going to be instrumental also for Argentina. It's not just about Messi in Argentina, as you know, because we know football is a team sport.
Yeah.
So you're right, Martinez is also going to be instrumental. And if both of them click in the game coming today, then the Brazilian centre-backs, defenders are going to have a problem.
We spoke about one Martinez, but we surely can't miss out the other one. It's the goalkeeper. And he is the reason primarily that Argentina are in the finals of this Copa America because of 3 penalty saves that he did in the last game against Colombia, if I'm not wrong. And it was fantastic the way he was commanding, and he was super confident with what happened. But do you think that Argentina have lost 4 major finals? Whereas, Brazil, I'm not really sure about their history when it comes to Copa America in the last few years when Neymar has been a part of this team. But do you think that it matters when you've lost a few finals? You know how hard it is to get back from it. So you think that Argentina are hungrier, tonight where they'll be playing the biggest rivals, Brazil?
You're right, because, like you're saying, they've seen a series of upsets, and that could impact them emotionally and get their ego and damage, and their confidence could shaken up. But that is also, like you mentioned, that they feel that pain, right? And they want to get back at it, so they have a chance. And in fact, I feel the only chance Argentina have is probably because of Martinez. If they are able to take Brazil to a penalty shootout, then I feel Argentina could have a better upper hand in comparison to Brazil. So you're right, like Martinez's role will be crucial there.
Yes, and I was just about to mention this head-to-head, team battle, if you have to say, of sorts. They've played around 111 games, and Brazil and Argentina, it's always been neck to neck. Okay, there's no winner in this. It's not that Brazil have dominated, these 60, 70, 80 years of football. It's just been neck to neck with Maradona's, Pele's, and who not. Everyone has played for these two teams. The biggest players have played. And what do you make of this big match? Because playing a final, Brazil versus Argentina, I remember once that in a Copa America match as well, Messi had scored a hat-trick. If I'm not wrong, he had scored a hat-trick against Brazil. So he has had his personal share of good moments against this side. But tonight is going to be different. And he's going to be playing against Thiago Silva and Marquinhos, who are in sublime form. So you think tonight Messi can surprise us, or will it just be a dominating Brazilian performance?
No, I think it's because it's a final. It's on the day who performs, right? Now the good part, the advantage Argentina have is they have world-class players in Messi and Martinez. So right. What if Brazil have not been tested so far in the tournament and are able to achieve clean sheets very easily? But this is a really different test, right? You're playing against a world-class player. Yeah. So, and if he's up to it, he can make Marquinhos and Silva look like kids in front of him. So it's anything is possible in tonight's game. So it's going to be very difficult to predict the winner.
Absolutely, and you just spoke that how neck to neck it can become with these two teams. These two teams haven't lost a single game in this year's Copa America. They qualified with 3 wins and a draw respectively, and then kept on winning, and now they are here. So I just want to know that, do you think it's going to be Brazil or Argentina? What's your take on this?
Like I mentioned in the start, I think it's going to be Brazil, but it's going to be a narrow win. I don't see them win with a great margin. It's just going to be a narrow win, is what I feel.
You feel it's a narrow win, and how important? Narrow win for Brazil. Yeah, I got that point. But how important do you think is the captaincy in this match? Because Neymar is leading the Brazilian side, and Thiago Silva is the captain figure, if I may say, of sorts. And here you have Messi. So they're good friends. They played for Barcelona together. They've won the Champions League. They've won a La Liga together. So you think that today you could see a bit of a rivalry turn up today, because they won't be those friends, because when you play international football, it's completely different. So tonight, could that be the night where you could see a bit of a tussle between these two sides?
Absolutely. You will see the camaraderie probably before the game, during halftime or after the game. But
Maybe.
those 90 minutes on the pitch, it's going to be a hardcore tussle, both fighting to get the ball and dribble past each other, try tricks.
Yes.
Brazil, as you know, they'll play their style of football. So it's gonna be a nice tussle to watch. It's gonna be Neymar versus Messi. I think every fan in the world is looking forward to this game.
Absolutely. And Brazil have dominated this tournament and are one of the, the most likely to be the winners. Brazil, they've had 9 titles to their name already. This is the 10th one. And whereas you look at Argentina, they've been a bit more successful, but in the current phase of the tournament, the way it's going, it's Brazil's upper hand, to be honest, with the performance that they've put in. But do you think tonight could be the night where Argentina could actually take the attack to the Brazilians? Because Brazilians are known to play, Ginga type of football, which is more of they take those one-on-one battles on the wings and they try to run past players. They don't play those 1-to-1 games. Whereas Argentina are completely different on that part. They're more attacking. They're more lethal when it comes to the top 3. They've got Angel Di Maria as well. So they've got good attackers out there. You think Argentina today could take the attack to Brazil because of the top 3, the front 3 they have?
It's a possibility if, like I said, if Martinez and Messi are in sync and are able to build that relationship on the pitch, and it's very evident, then they can take the attack to Brazil. But one thing what we have not spoken of, and probably the trajectory shows this to us, is the Argentinian defense. Apart from Martinez, the Argentinian defense has not been very solid, where if you see they've conceded a lot of goals. So I think that is somewhere Brazil have an advantage, because Brazil's attack is also quite powerful. You will see the relationship, like how Argentina have Messi and Martinez, you'll probably see Brazil with Neymar and Richarlison. So plus they've only conceded 2 goals. So and Argentina have conceded a lot of goals, right? So that's where I feel that Brazil have an upper hand, because the trajectory for Argentina has not been very strong defensively.
And all these years I've been growing up watching Argentina play at the top level. I've never heard legendary defenders come out the Argentinian side. Probably Brazil, probably Italy at times, even England. They've got some legendary centre backs, but never have I heard that Argentina has produced some legendary fullbacks or defenders or stuff like that. And today as well, that is the problem where Messi has been facing all these years, is the defense line that has been letting them down time and time again. And in a final, one mistake can cost you the Euros or the World Cup or the Copa, whatever tournament you're playing. And this final will be really a defensive game, to be very honest, rather than attacking, because one team is definitely going to attack, but the defensive part is really crucial in such games. And just like you said, Emi Martinez can't do much when he's behind, in front of the goal, because he can just command his defenders. But in the end, it's up to them. So you think that today, because of Argentinian defense, that is one of the reasons why you're favoring towards Brazil?
Definitely, because Brazil, it's important to understand that a team that will emerge victorious has to have a very good balance, where Brazil have defense and attack, while Argentina only have attack. So they only have one competitive advantage, while Brazil have 2, right? And like you correctly said, probably the last Argentinian defender I can remember was Juan Pablo Sorin, who was their captain decades ago, right? But I don't think I've seen anyone after that. Probably Otamendi could come close, but not really there if you compare him with probably a Silva, right? Or if you compare with many of the other Brazilian centre backs, like your Roberto Carlos's, your Cafu's. So there I think in today's game, Lucio, absolutely. So I think Brazil have that advantage of having a well-balanced side. And in fact, it's not just the attack and the defense. In fact, the 2 unsung heroes in Casemiro and Fred is also going to help them have their advantage.
Definitely. And like you mentioned, the heavy reliance that they have on their front 3 to the Argentinians. Today could be a day where actually they could be stopped by this defense with the likes of, the players that you just said, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, players like them. They could stop, Messi, Martinez and Di Maria. And it could be an off day, but, this heavy reliance on their attackers can really put a lot of pressure on players like Messi, because they have to perform on and on. They just can't lose. They can't be let loose. And one of the games where he's lose, this team loses, because he has to be on top of his game every game. Now today, could you see Argentina line up slightly differently, knowing the fact that they are not defensively the most sound side, and they know that they've got their goal conceding worries, and they have to they have to make sure that they don't concede in the 90 minutes. because with that attack, they surely could score a couple of goals. So you could think they could line up differently tonight?
I don't think so, because for a final, making any change could have a drastic impact. So I think I see them play the 4 at the back and 3 and 3 in the midfield. I mean, 3 in the midfield and 3 as strikers. So I think they're going to retain probably the 4-3 formation they're going to play. And so with Brazil, I think they're also going to retain their formation style of play today.
Yeah. Correct. So thank you so much, Dhruv, for joining with me. You are an English fan, I know, and they don't make changes in all the final matches. I know that, but with Gareth Southgate, you cannot say anything. He could probably play a Trippier in place of Walker. He could play a Chilwell in place of Shaw. He could play Sancho, Grealish. You never know. It's a lot of discussion. We'll keep that for tomorrow. And I know you're pretty excited with that smile on your face. So good luck for this Copa America. 1-0 to Brazil. Probably that's your prediction, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, 1-0 is what I predict for Brazil. And probably Neymar will get the goal.
Wow, fantastic. Neymar to score, and Messi could be denied his first international trophy and probably one of his biggest chance to get one, and it's going to be fantastic. So thank you so much for joining with me. I'll see you tomorrow for the preview of the Euro final, and I know you're pretty excited for that, so just hang in there, buddy, hang in there.
Thanks. As we know, it's coming home and it's not going to Rome.
It's too soon to say. It's coming home, not going to Rome, just like you say. And there will be a lot of Italian fans who would be disliking such videos. But thank you for joining with me once again, Dhruv. I'll see you tomorrow. It's a Total Football with SportsAdda. See you.